For your business to grow, you have to elevate your role. You have to delegate to the team around you, trust that they're going to do what they need to do to get the outcome for the client, and trust that you have invested in them and taught them what they need to do so that you don't have to be involved. Hey team, Josh here. Welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. Today, we are up to Commandment number 9 for Consultancy Business Owners, which is thou shalt delegate and elevate. So let's get into the podcast for today. So delegation, one of my favorite topics, and certainly one of those things that I think a lot of people could get a lot better at. So today we're going to dive into how to delegate, what stops people from delegating, ways to delegate better, and some pitfalls or shortfalls, things that I see business owners doing when it comes to delegation that really just doesn't serve them. First, I want to give you I'll talk in a second about what gets in the way of people delegating, but I want to give you an overarching concept for your business, which is as your business grows, I want you to think about this. I want you to think about as your business grows, and this is you, as the business owners, as your business grows, your role in your business shifts. And it shifts from you doing all the work to you focusing on training and building a great team so that they can do the work. And I see so many business owners get unstuck here because, there's a whole roadmap that we follow in boardroom: technician, business owner, to conductor, business owner, to lifestyle business, to lifestyle business owner. But there's a reason why business owners get stuck in that technician phase, is because that's where their identity lies. Like, you think about, I'm not sure where your business is up to. You could be startup, you could be doing 500K a year, you could be doing 5 million a year, you could be close to 10 million per year. And you've got to go through these identity shifts as your business grows. But typically in that first sort of million to sometimes even 2 million, your identity is really tied up in being the technician, being the person that clients come to you. They come to you for you and your expertise, and like, you're smart and you're good at what you do and you get great technical results for your clients. And so a lot of the times we unknowingly build our identity or shape our identity around being a great technician, which is awesome because you're getting great results for your clients and you can churn out a design or a report or a study really, really quickly, and often a lot better than your team. We'll talk about that in a second when it comes to delegation. But I want you to think about this. I need you to wrap your head around it, because your business won't grow until you get this concept, which is as your business grows, your role needs to shift. It needs to shift away from you doing all the work to you leading and training your team so that they get very good at doing the work and they get the results from your clients. So again, there's a bit of an ego piece there too, in terms of I've always got results from my clients. I've always had this relationship with my clients. Now I've got to, if I want to grow to this next level and go from 2 to 3 million per year, I've got to start to hand over relationships. And this is all stuff that's happening on the unconscious level of your brain. You're not really having these conversations with yourself, but it's all this stuff that prevents us from delegating effectively. So we have to wrap our head around and being okay with your role shifting away from you doing all the work to you being the person that trains, mentors, and develops a team around you so that they can do the work, freeing you up to focus on the bigger picture stuff in your business. So that's the first thing that I wanted to start with. We need to go through that mindset shift first. Okay, what stops people from delegating? If you want the honest truth, it's trust. It's the honest truth is when we go through pick apart all the reasons why people, business owners, aren't very good at delegation. They don't do it, they don't ask for help, or they kind of say they're doing it, but they kind of ask someone to do something, and then 5 minutes later, they're back over their cubicle, they're back checking in on other teams, how are you going with that? Because they haven't really let go of it. They're trying to, tick a box to say they've offloaded that task, but they haven't really. And it comes down to, when you look at all the different reasons and options, that sort of stuff, it comes down to trust. You don't trust the team around you to do a great job or to get the job done. Things like no one can do it as good as me, because I've got 20 years experience or 15 years experience or 30 years of experience. It's quicker and easier if I just do it myself. What if the team get it wrong. Like there's all these stories that start to run through your head. This is all like on the unconscious level of your brain. But when we go to delegate, when we go to ask a team member for help, or we go to, maybe elevating someone to a team leader role in our business, and they're like, cool, what can I work on? Can I have a client relationship? Like, can you transition that to me? All those sorts of things. The biggest thing is trust. So I want you, if you're struggling with delegation, you're not getting it right, or you're always getting pulled back into project work, I want you to look at the word trust, and do you trust the people and the team around you? So look at the statements like, no one can do it as good as me. It's quicker and easier if I do it myself. Or what if they get it wrong? And look, I totally get it. And again, we talked about the progression of you as a business owner. But like when you started your business, like it was built off the back of your reputation. Like your business is largely you. And, when you first started out and you started getting clients, clients came to you for you. They worked with you for you. They kept coming back to you for you. It's all you. And that's great, but it becomes a sabotage at a certain point because you can't scale you. You can't grow you. You can't duplicate you. So that's where we have to delegate and grow our business through our team. So, like, to be honest with you, if you want to build your business, if you want to get your time back, if you keep saying to yourself every single week, I've got to focus on big picture. I never seem to get any time to focus on big picture. I want to block out Fridays to do that. You have to move past that limiting thinking. You have to move past all of the, no one can do it as good as me. It's quicker and easier if I do it myself. What if they get it wrong? And come to a place where it's true for you that your team can get your clients the same results as you. I'll say that again. Your business will grow when you can get to a place where you believe that your team, not you, your team can get your clients the same results that you can get them. So that's how your business is going to grow. You just have to be willing to put in the time and the effort to invest in them. And this is where the delegation piece comes in. And like, it's not just delegating and flicking work and going, hey, can you do that? Hey, can you do that? Hey, can you do that? That's a sabotage. And I see that happening all the time where business owners are like, oh, I'm delegating. I'm giving that work to that person. I'm like, yeah, but have you actually sat down? Are you investing in that person? Have you taught them? It takes, the research shows that it takes 7 to 10 times for someone to hear, see, or do something for them to actually become proficient in it. So you just flicking a piece of work to someone and going, hey, can you do that? If they've never seen that before, or if it's the second time they've done it or third time and you just assumed that they can do it, they're not going to get it right because they need that time with you to get it right. And so it starts with you letting go, and it starts with you being willing to put in the effort to invest in your team. So letting go of you having to do all the work and investing in your team around you doing the work for you. And so it's a constant upgrade. And it's hard, it's uncomfortable. Like, when you're going through that process of like, particularly if your identity is really tied to you being the technician and you're wanting to move to conductor where you're kind of overseeing everything that's happening in the business and you're not as involved in projects anymore and you don't know where that particular design's up to, like that stuff's hard, particularly if your identity is tied to that. So that's why we always talk in boardroom about, the business's success is tied to a business owner's identity, and the business will never outgrow where your current identity is. So if your identity is tied to $1 million a year business owner, doing everything and everything comes through you, well, until you upgrade your identity and become a $2 million per year business owner where you've got some team leaders in place and work's happening through them, not you, your business is going to stay stuck at that level. So that's why this topic and this commandment is so important, because if you want to grow, you have to shift your identity and upgrade your identity, and it starts with delegation. So it starts with letting go. It starts with building trust. Like trust, I believe, is earned. So it's a two-way street too. Like you invest in your team, they invest back in you. They show you that, they're keen and eager and they want to learn. You show them that you're keen to teach them. Like it is a two-way street. And that happens over time, and you slowly teach them things. Your calendar and your week as you grow should look very different than it did 6 months ago. Like if you're going through the journey of delegation and going through the journey of getting help from your team, maybe 6 months ago, your calendar was full of client meetings, project meetings, all those sorts of things, or you're actually running those things. Whereas 6 months into the future, it's actually your week is full of sitting down with your team and teaching them something new. Or how did you go with that project meeting? Do you need any help with that? Is there a particular tricky design that you need my input in on? Your weeks should look very different as you grow, leading you towards more investing in the team and less you being client facing. So I'll probably leave that in closing in terms of so delegation is not just this thing where you flick stuff off to other people. Trust is the word here. Trust is what we need to keep coming back to in terms of, like I said, it's a two-way street. You building trust with your team building trust back with you. Building trust, letting go, recognizing when you feel uncomfortable, recognizing when, you might be going through a process of upgrading your identity, recognizing where you might be trying to, tinker or get back into projects because you feel uncomfortable because you've done some great work and you've got your team working on projects and somehow you found yourself all this free time and you're like, what do I do with this free time? Hint, you do upgraded activities, you do strategy, direction, growth, all that sort of stuff, and you leave your team to do what you have trained them to do. So don't do all this great work, delegate, get your team to a place, and then you get to a place where you're like, I don't know what to do, and then you start to tinker and meddle and that sort of stuff. I've seen that happen so many times as well. So for your business to grow, you have to elevate your role. You have to delegate to the team around you, trust that they're going to do what they need to do to get the outcome for the client, and trust that you have invested in them and taught them what they need to do so that you don't have to be involved. So elevate your role, focus more on the bigger picture, BD, client relationships, bigger picture stuff. Where am I taking the business so that you can focus on the North Star and growing your business and having those people around you doing great work and also focusing on them elevating their roles too. So it's a constant moving up. As your business grows, team leaders, people around you, their roles should be elevating too, slotting new people underneath them, and that's how your businesses grow. That's how your business grows, and that's how you grow yourself, your identity, and you to that kind of next level. So focus on delegation, team. Focus on making sure the people around you are doing what they need to. Trust them, let go. Have an amazing day.